OU and Oklahoma State fans to turn on the horns. All right, here is the full West Regional. This is the entire Texas side of the bracket. As we said, if they were to advance twice, good chance they'd get Duke in Anaheim, California in the Sweet 16. Lost to Duke a couple of years ago in the second round in Greensboro, North Carolina. The other half of the West Regional looks like this. The other seeds ahead of Texas. The 2 seed is San Diego State, so if they can win 2 in Tucson, they'll play close to home. The 3 seed UCONN, 5 games in 5 days to win the Big East tournament. Once again, more talk. In fact, Michigan, or rather Oakland's coach Greg Kampe said tonight he can't believe they're playing Texas. Never dreamed that Texas would drop to a 4 seed overall.
I don't know if it matters what line you go in on. I think you got to win basketball games, and because you look at it, you know, everybody, I would have to think, would be excited about this time of year. I know we're excited. I know we really are. And so, again, no, I don't. I'm not going to break it down. I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to. We know we've got 1 game right now, and it's against Oakland University, and we know we've got to go through our preparation and get ready to play that game.
Look at some of the losses that we have on our record. We should be lucky. We should be lucky to even have a 4 seed. You know, the way I feel about it. So, no, I feel like the committee did a great job with it.
A vote of confidence from Gary Johnson. As for the recent number 4 seeds over 10 years, there's an average of about an upset a year with a 13 beating a 4. Last time the Horns were a 4 seed, Kevin Durant's only season. They lost in the second round to 5 seed USC out in Washington. Now, if you're interested in tickets for the weekend in Tulsa, you can go to texasboxoffice.com. Horns were hoping to go through San Antonio, no doubt. Let's take a look at the rest of the field. Kansas, the top seed in the Southwest. They'll play in Tulsa as well against Boston, UNLV, Illinois. Vandy, Louisville, Morehead State, Richmond round out the top part of the Southwest bracket. Go to the bottom part of the bracket, Notre Dame, the 2 seed. Texas A&M, there you see the Aggies will play in Chicago on Friday against Florida State. If they win, likely against Notre Dame on Sunday. Purdue, the 3 seed. Georgetown will play one of those other early round games as USC and Virginia Commonwealth will play early in the week to get to what is now called the second round. Elsewhere in the tournament, we turn our attention to Southeast through New Orleans. Pittsburgh, a 1 seed. Butler, last year's finalist, the 8 seed against Old Dominion. Kansas State, just a 5 seed against Utah State, even though Utah State ranked in the top 20, only a 12 seed. Wisconsin and Belmont playing in Tucson, Arizona. The bottom part of the Southeast Regional looks like this. Florida Gators lost today in the SEC title game. They get UC Santa Barbara. UCLA and Michigan State. This was a championship matchup a few years ago. BYU, the 3 seed, despite losing their leading rebounder, Brandon Davies, still a high seed for the Cougars. St. John's and Gonzaga on the bottom part of that bracket. And finally, the East Regional, Ohio State, the number 1 seed overall. UT San Antonio, the 3rd Texas team in, and they'll have to play Alabama State for the right to play Ohio State on Friday. George Mason, Villanova. West Virginia will play the winner of UAB and Clemson. Kentucky and Princeton. Princeton winning at the buzzer in a playoff game against Harvard. They don't have a tournament, but they had to play it off to determine the Ivy League champ. And finally, the East Regional, Carolina wins, or rather loses, the ACC championship to Duke today. They get Long Island. Washington, a thriller in the Pac-10 championship yesterday at the buzzer. Syracuse, the 3 seed against Indiana State. And Xavier and Marquette round out the field. How about this? Colorado doesn't go in. That has been the hottest topic. Colorado beat K-State 3 times, beat Texas, but they're headed to the NIT. Baylor goes from preseason top 10. They're not even going to the NIT. Another news that dominates this time of year, coaching news. Arkansas fires John Pelfrey. Early reports are Arkansas will go after Missouri coach Mike Anderson. He's a former assistant at Arkansas under Nolan Richardson. Now, women's field announced tomorrow. Texas certainly a bubble team in the field of 64. They're 19-13, went 7-9 in the conference, but it was the highest rated conference in the country. Last time the Horns did not make the tournament, 2007. That was Jody Conrad's final year. Again, they'll find out tomorrow evening if they're going to the tournament. Baseball team closing out their series with Brown after losing the second game of the doubleheader. A little heart-to-heart between Augie Garrido and his squad, and Boy, Cole Green started on Tuesday night to get sharp after getting roughed up against Stanford. He was sharp then with 9 strikeouts and 13 batters. He was sharp today. Longhorns get more offense from Kent Shepard. Had been struggling, hit the walk-off home run Tuesday. It's a solo shot for his second of the year and the week, and the Horns take a 1-0 lead. And then they start to pour it on against a Brown team that, quite honestly, ran out of pitching. They played 3 against Vanderbilt last week and then playing 4 this week. That's their only action. Jordan Atier with the RBI triple. Jacob Phelps, a freshman catcher, had a good day, 3 for 3. Couple of RBI right here. Horns go up 5-0, and they cruise to the victory. They shortened it because of the run rule. Eric Weiss, who hit that grand slam in Game 1 on Saturday, the RBI triple, and Green ends up with a shortened complete game. They only play 7, but what a difference for Cole Green as he settles down. A couple of great performances, 19 strikeouts in 2 games, and the Longhorns settle down after that loss yesterday.
That was the big thing, is for him to stay focused, and he did that. He looked very much like a professional pitcher where he wasn't worried about things or just stayed with it. Very journeyman type job. He did a good job. And I think the whole, you look at the same guys, same uniforms, same numbers, and you saw him yesterday, and you see him today. Now tell me how big a role attitude and the mental part plays in this game. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I did some talking with Coach and just getting back to the basics, you know, just getting back to the being a kid and going out there and just competing. And I was able to do that on Tuesday and then again today, so hopefully it'll just carry on into the future.
Texas improves to 11-5. They host Texas State Tuesday night. Then they open Big 12 play against Kansas State at home on Friday. UT women's track team finishes 2nd at the NCAA Indoor Championships this weekend in college.